It is on like Donkey Kong.
Hells yeah, man!
Here we go, huh?
I'm fucking pumped.
Jason Bateman is an American actor, director, and producer. He was a child star, did a lot of stupid things in his youth, yet he recovered in time. Now, Jason is an exemplary family man and a successful Hollywood figure. We will tell you more about his life in this video. How Jason Bateman lives and how much he earns. Jason Kent Bateman was born on January 14, 1969 in a New York suburb called Rye. The boy got his middle name after his father, who worked as a screenwriter, director, and producer of film and television. His mother, Victoria Elizabeth, was a flight attendant, and it was in the sky that she met her husband. Jason has an older sister, Justine, who also became an actress. When the actor was 4 years old, the family moved to Salt Lake City, Utah, and a few years later settled in California. His father instilled love for the cinema in the future actor. While in other families, father and son played ball or went to a baseball game, the typical pastime of the eldest and youngest Bateman was watching movies on the big screen. Kent explained the technical details of filmmaking, showing what was done well and what was done wrong. Not surprisingly, Jason appeared in front of the camera by the age of 10, but only in commercials. Once on the set, the boy watched with interest how the team was working on this simulated life and was not shy to ask questions of older colleagues. He is best known for a 1980 commercial in which the 11-year-old Bateman praises the Golden Graham cereal. In 1981, he began acting in the TV series Little House on the Prairie as James Cooper, an orphan boy who, along with his sister, was adopted by the family of the main characters. The actor recalls the experience with warmth because the situation on the set resembled a real family. A year later, viewers saw Jason in the sitcom Silver Spoons. Thanks to the role of reckless schoolboy Derek Taylor, the teenager was free to bully and mock the public without fear of punishment, which he was unspeakably pleased about. However, Bateman also misbehaved between takes together with the lead actor Rick Schroeder. Then the filmography of our hero was enlarged by the TV movie Just a Little More Love and an episode of the series Knight Rider. In addition, he got the lead role in the sitcom It's Your Move and played the grandson of the Attorney General of the United States and grandnephew of President Kennedy in the miniseries Robert Kennedy and His Crimes. In 1986, Bateman appeared in episodes of the TV series Mr. Belvedere, St. Elsewhere, the show The Wonderful World of Disney, and the movie Can You Feel Me Dancing? In this television drama, the young actor starred with his sister and their father was the producer. He also got the role of David Hogan in the comedy series Valerie, later renamed The Hogan Family, and worked in it for 6 seasons. Moreover, the young man took part in the creation of 3 episodes as a director. At the age of 18, he became the youngest member of the Directors Guild of America. The following year, the filmography of the actor added the series Matlock, a television horror film, Bates Motel, and the first full-length film in his career, the comedy fantasy Teen Wolf 2.
What are you so upset about? Upset? Styles? Me? Upset? I just had a beard all over my body.
Yeah?
Okay? I had fingernails the size of French fries.
So?
Teeth from here to Texas. And she...
The debut turned out to be quite controversial. Critics praised neither the plot nor the performance, and in the end, the creators of the picture spent more than they earned. Due to his involvement in filming, Bateman was not able to pass the final exams and never graduated from high school. That's when the actor's parents decided to divorce after 23 years of marriage, and that was the beginning of a difficult period in Jason and his sister's life. They were both the main breadwinners in the family, which our actor later called a very unhealthy situation. Moreover, his father controlled his son's career by arranging him to star in minor TV movies and series. At the age of 20, the guy could not stand it and broke off his professional relationship with his father. In his later teenage years, Jason was left to himself because his personal relationship with his parents also left a lot to be desired. They still remained strained. The guy's private life was filled with parties and illegal substances. The actor himself says that he worked so hard as a child that by the time he was 20, he wanted to have a full-time vacation. This lifestyle has affected Bateman's career, and the next major work waiting for him was not until 1991. It was a role in the sports comedy Necessary Roughness. In 1992, the actor played in the thriller A Taste for Killing and the comedy drama Breaking the Rules, followed by roles in little-known television movies. In 1995, Jason could be seen in an episode of the crime series Burke's Law, and another year later in the sitcom Ned and Stacy. He received more significant roles in the late 90s in the TV series Chicago Suns and George and Leo, and in 1999 starred in the comedy Love Stinks. During that period, Bateman had many short-term affairs, for example with the American actress and dancer Alexandra Lee. However, the main woman in his life was a close friend of his, Amanda Anka, who is also an actress. They met when Jason was 18, and 10 years later the man realized that his feelings go beyond friendship. The girl reciprocated, and soon the lovers declared themselves a couple. Amanda was distinguished by an easy, sociable disposition and willingness to come to the aid in a time of need. But she was very concerned about her chosen one's addiction to alcohol and illegal substances. Therefore, she agreed to marry only after the actor promised to give up all harmful habits. The wedding took place on July 3, 2001, and immediately after that, Jason broke his promise. Amanda gave her husband a few months to fix it, but the situation only got worse. Consequently, she packed her bags and left for Mexico for Christmas. That's when Bateman realized it was time to pull himself together and went to an AA meeting. Upon learning of this, Amanda returned and did everything to support her husband in a difficult time. In the same 2001, the actor got a role in the sitcom Some of My Best Friends. He played a gay man whose roommate turns out to be a straight macho Italian-American. The reaction of critics was mixed. Some condemned the series as too formulaic, while others praised the performance of the main characters and the humor. Bateman himself considers this sitcom the best work of his acting career. Jason then appeared in the films The Sweetest Thing, One Way Out, Soul Good, Starsky and Hutch, Dodgeball, A True Underdog Story, as well as an episode of the TV series The Twilight Zone. However, the biggest stroke of luck was the invitation to the lead role of Michael Bluth in the sitcom Arrested Development. In the story, the hero is trying to accustom the relatives used to lead a dissipated lifestyle to live within their means. The actor believes, not unreasonably, that this show revived his career.
It's making a big announcement.
Yeah? I know it. It's about me, isn't it? I wonder how I can talk you out of ever making that face again.
He won a Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Comedy or Musical on TV and was also nominated for an Emmy and an Actors Guild Award. The series aired on Fox from 2003 to 2006, was renewed on Netflix in 2013, and a fifth season was released in 2018. According to media reports, Bateman earned up to $125,000 per episode. The actor has voiced several animated series that were released in 2005, King of the Hill, The Fairly OddParents, and Justice League Unlimited. Then he was also diagnosed with a benign tumor in his throat, which was successfully removed. In 2006, Jason and Amanda welcomed the firstborn daughter, Francesca Nora, and the actor's filmography was enhanced by the sitcoms Scrubs and The Jake Effect, as well as the action film Smokin' Aces and the comedy melodrama The X. In addition, Jason lent his voice to one of the characters in the cartoon Arthur and the Invisibles and worked with Jennifer Aniston in the film The Breakup.
As your friend and as your realtor, I'm not going to leave here tonight until we decide what to do about this condo, because this living situation is obviously not working out.
Jason and the star of the TV series Friends are connected by a strong friendship that has lasted since 1994. Aniston saw all his antics during his turbulent youth. She recounted, for example, that Bateman once drove his Range Rover in reverse with the door wide open. In her friend, Jennifer especially appreciates high professionalism and iron composure and a cheerful disposition that allows everyone to fully relax on the set. This, in her eyes, makes Jason one of the greatest people with whom she has ever managed to work. He, in turn, considers Aniston a great role model for all representatives of show business, and he takes it as an example. Over the next few years, the actor appeared in the films The Kingdom, Juno, Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium, The Promotion, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Tropic Thunder, and the blockbuster Hancock.
Should people understand I'm alive? I get to go home and see my family. I should be dead right now, right here. Yeah, he could have gone straight up. Obviously, he should have gone straight up. You know, and I was upside down for the train, but
2009 was no less productive, as the actor could be heard in the animated series Sit Down, Shut Up, as well as in the films State of Play, The Invention of Lying, Couples Retreat, and Up in the Air. In addition, he played a major role in the comedy Extract. It was the first and only project of the film company F+A Productions, which was founded by Bateman. In the title, the actor coded the names of his eldest daughter and wife, Francesca and Amanda. Another enterprise was the production company Dum Dum Productions, which specialized in creating short comedy commercials. Their first work was a 5-minute video for Orbit. In 2010, Jason worked again with Jennifer Aniston in the comedy The Switch, and a year later presented the films The Change-Up and Paul, about the adventures of two guys who become friends with an alien.
So much for the plan, huh?
I know, right? Sorry I zapped you at the farmhouse.
That's okay. I'm sorry I wasn't there to meet you outside the base. By the time I got there, you'd already gone. But I see you got yourself a plan B, huh?
He also had a successful role in the comedy Horrible Bosses, which was written by the screenwriter specifically for him.
We each have a boss there's 3 bosses, and it would be best if those bosses maybe were no longer
around anymore.
you know?
In February 2012, the Bateman family had a second daughter, Maple Sylvie. Once the children were born, Jason, an inveterate party animal, finally turned into a model family man. He loves spending time at home and never tires of thanking his wife for her support. The man calls mutual understanding the main secret of the durability of their marriage. Since the foundation of their relationship was many years of friendship, the couple are able to compromise, respect each other, and try to avoid serious conflicts. That said, Jason admits that his wife has put up with a long list of his annoying habits that is about a mile long. The worst of these is poorly closing the lid of the blender when making morning smoothies, which makes it necessary to clean the splatter from all over the kitchen. Meanwhile, viewers could see the actor in the thriller Disconnect, the comedies Hit and Run, Bad Words, and he also directed Identity Thief, for which he received a nomination for the MTV Channel Award.
Well, you can make light of it, but what you did saved my life, and thank you.
You're only in that spot because of me, so...
In 2014, Jason's voice was heard in the series Growing Up Fisher. Also, his filmography was enriched by the films The Longest Week, This Is Where I Leave You, and Horrible Bosses 2.
What do you know about executing a kidnapping?
What do you mean?
You get zip ties.
You don't know shit about kidnapping.
Okay, we don't know a ton. We don't know a ton.
A year later, the actor starred in the thriller The Gift and the comedy drama The Bang Family, about the difficulties of life in a family of star parents. Bateman also acted as a producer and director of the film. In addition, he appeared in the children's show The Muppets, and in 2016, he voiced a character in the animated film Zootopia. At the same time, Jason had a very unpleasant incident during a visit to a spa. After taking an overly hot bath and a contrast shower, he lost consciousness, and as it turned out later, the paramedics tried to revive him for 7 minutes. Fortunately, everything turned out well, and the actor continued to delight fans with new roles in movies. He starred in the comedies Central Intelligence, Office Christmas Party, and the TV series Nobodies. On July 26, 2017, Bateman was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Jennifer Aniston gave a laudatory and slightly ironic speech at the ceremony. She showed off some of Jason's childhood and adolescent photos, recalled his turbulent youth, and noted his hair, which any girl would envy. According to the actress, our man can make the whole world cry and laugh. He really tries to keep a balance between comedies and dramas in his filmography because he hates labels. However, he admits that shooting in comedy films bring him more pleasure, as it is always more fun. Another testament to the actor's versatility was the multi-episode crime thriller Ozark, which was a big hit on Netflix. Bateman played a financial consultant who owes his boss a large amount of money and is forced to move from Chicago to the small town of Ozark.
We go down to the Ozarks, just like I planned. And I just start washing money. Tons of it. Nothing but washed money. That's all that matters. Come on. Come on.
His work on the project as the lead actor earned the Celebrity Emmy and Golden Globe nominations, as well as 3 Actors Guild Award statues. He was also a producer on the series and directed 9 of the 44 episodes over 4 seasons. As a director, Jason won an Emmy Award in 2019, surpassing Game of Thrones. According to media reports, his salary on Ozark was $300,000 per episode. In parallel with his work on the series, our hero starred in the comedy detective film Game Night, the mini-series based on the Stephen King novel The Outsider, and the failed superhero comedy Thunder Force. Also, along with his famous friends Will Arnett and Sean Hayes, he launched a podcast called Smartless, in which the hosts interview equally stellar guests. It became popular, and Amazon bought the project for $80 million, and Discovery Plus commissioned 2 special documentaries about the podcast tour of North American cities. Current U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris, actor Robert Downey Jr., musician Paul McCartney, as well as most recently Keanu Reeves were all interviewed by Jason and his friends. In 2022, Bateman appeared in the Christmas detective comedy Who Killed Santa?, the murder mystery in Murderville, and this year he appeared in the drama Air.
Compelling pitch. Do you have that? Yeah, I can tell them the one thing the other companies can't compete with.
Our basketball division is fucking terrible.
The action movie Carry On is currently in post-production, and the drama miniseries Black Rabbit is being prepared for shooting. Still, another film of the actor, the satirical comedy Fool's Paradise, is already completed, but will not be released in wide distribution, being limited to home media. A joint project of Jason and Ryan Reynolds, the crime comedy Clue, was also announced. He also has a few directorial projects in the future. It may seem surprising, but in contrast to acting, he likes this job more because he has to spend a full working day on the set. There have been scandals in Bateman's career. For example, in 2018, he made an unfortunate comment about the inappropriate behavior of his colleague, Jeffrey Tambor. His tantrums toward a female colleague were described by Jason as part of the creative process, which sparked public outrage. Social media accused him of a sexist mentality, but the actor quickly backed down and apologized. In a statement, he said there can never be excuses for violence and the voice of the victim should be heard and respected. Our man is a baseball lover and a fan of the Los Angeles Dodgers. He himself prefers cycling and jogging in the morning. He runs an average of about 6 miles a day, which allows him not only to keep in good physical shape, but also to clear his head of unnecessary thoughts. Jason Bateman's personal net worth is estimated at $30 million, and he lives in Beverly Hills. In 2013, he and his wife paid $3 million for a 5,900 plus square foot home, renovating and upgrading it. Among the upgrades are solar panels that take up part of the roof. The house has several rooms, kitchen, dining room, and a gorgeous terrace overlooking the pool. There is also a pond with a gazebo next to the house. The actor's family owns property next door as well. They bought the house with a light pink facade for a little less than $2 million. An advocate of green energy, Jason was one of the first to receive a hydrogen-powered 7 Series from BMW. He was also seen driving a Range Rover, which would comfortably accommodate all members of the Bateman family. The media, in turn, reported that our man had a Jaguar XJ and a popular BMW X5 SUV in his car collection. While the celebrity was happy to star in commercials as a child, in adulthood he rarely agrees to represent brands. One exception was the South Korean automaker Hyundai, for which Jason starred in 2 comedy commercials. Bateman jokes that if a movie is good, his name ends up at the bottom of the list of artists, and only in bad movies does he come to the forefront. Do you agree with this statement?
I say we bet on ourselves.
Me too.
You're right.
I'm in.
If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything interesting.